Welcome to our channel. Today we're diving headfirst into the murky, anxiety-inducing waters of visa rejections. It's a topic that's more fun than a barrel of monkeys, right? No, but seriously, getting a visa rejected can feel like getting punched in the gut by a shadowy international bureaucracy. But fear not, dear viewers, because we're here to arm you with the knowledge you need to navigate this bureaucratic hellscape. We'll be dissecting the most common reasons why those pesky visa officers hit the reject button, and more importantly, how you can avoid becoming another statistic. Think of this as your crash course in not becoming intimately familiar with the phrase, "We regret to inform you." First up, we're tackling the seemingly simple yet surprisingly common pitfall incomplete application forms. You might think it's just one little blank. How much difference could it make? Well, my friend, to a visa officer, a blank space on an application form is like a giant neon sign flashing "denied." They crave completeness, order, the sweet, sweet satisfaction of ticking every box. So, what's the takeaway here? Read every single question on that application form carefully, and I mean really carefully, like you're trying to decipher the Voynich manuscript. If a question doesn't apply to you, don't just leave it blank. Write NA not applicable, or if you're feeling really bold, draw a tiny picture of a kitten. Okay, maybe not the kitten, but you get the point. Remember, these forms are your first impression, so make it a good one. Don't give them any reason to doubt your commitment to dotting your I's and crossing your T's, even if you have the handwriting of a doctor who's just finished a 36-hour shift. Let's be real, folks. Traveling costs money. Shocking, I know. And while you might be perfectly content to live off of instant ramen and the kindness of strangers, visa officers need a bit more reassurance than that. They want to see cold, hard proof that you're not going to end up sleeping under a bridge and becoming a burden on their country. This is where the dreaded financial documentation comes in. Bank statements, pay stubs, tax returns, these are your weapons in the fight against suspicion. Gather these documents like you're collecting infinity stones, because without them, your visa dreams might just evaporate into thin air. The key here is to be thorough. Provide enough documentation to paint a clear picture of your financial situation. If you're relying on savings, show them you've got enough to last your entire trip. If you're being sponsored, make sure your sponsor's documents are in order too. Remember, when it comes to financial proof, more is always more. Okay, gather round, children, it's time for a story. Once upon a time, there was a traveler who thought a plane ticket and a dream was all they needed to conquer the world. Spoiler alert, they were wrong. Very, very wrong. You see, my friends, visa officers are like meticulous librarians. They need everything in its right place. That means having all your ducks in a row, or in this case, all your documents neatly organized and ready to go. We're talking invitation letters, travel itineraries, proof of accommodation, the whole shebang. Think of it like building a case file for your own personal travel trial. The more evidence you have to support your case, the better your chances of winning over the judge, or in this case, the visa officer. Now, I know what you're thinking, but Chris, paperwork is boring. And you're right, it is. But it's also absolutely crucial if you want to avoid the soul-crushing disappointment of a visa rejection. Listen up, truth seekers and fact checkers. When it comes to visa applications, consistency is your best friend. See, visa officers are like human lie detectors, except instead of wires and flashing lights, they use their highly trained eyes and an uncanny ability to spot discrepancies. One tiny inconsistency between your application form, your financial documents, and your travel itinerary, and boom, you've just raised a red flag. And let me tell you, those red flags are about as welcome as a skunk at a picnic. So, how do you avoid this trap? Triple check everything. I'm talking about scrutinizing every date, every name, every single detail, like you're trying to find a hidden message in a Dan Brown novel. Make sure your story adds up across all your documents, or you might just find yourself the star of your own personal travel conspiracy theory. Let's address the elephant in the room, shall we? Having a criminal record can make getting a visa complicated. It's not a deal breaker everywhere, but it's definitely something you need to address head on. Trying to hide it, bad idea, like really bad. Remember those eagle-eyed visa officers we talked about? Yeah, they're experts at sniffing out inconsistencies. So what can you do? First, be honest on your application. Second, provide any and all relevant documentation. Court records, proof of rehabilitation, letters of recommendation. Anything that shows you've learned from your past mistakes and you're not about to become an international supervillain. Look, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Overcoming this hurdle can be tough, but it's not impossible. Be upfront, be prepared to explain yourself, and show them you're a changed person. And there you have it, folks. The 5 most common reasons for visa rejections and, more importantly, how to avoid becoming a cautionary tale in the world of international travel. Remember, knowledge is power, and now you're armed with enough knowledge to impress even the most jaded visa officer. So go forth, intrepid explorers, and conquer those applications. Just remember to pack your patience, your sense of humor, and maybe a spare folder or 2. You never know when you might need to unleash your inner paperwork ninja. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more content like this. Safe travels!